fit, moving so phenomenally. You're more like the way we rock it. So don't stop.
And now it is our pleasure to welcome a dear friend of Dragonfly who was on our stage last year, Will Travis. And now it is our pleasure to welcome a dear friend of Dragonfly who was on our stage last year. Will Travis, founder of Elevation Barn, is here to guide you to elevate 7 steps to transformation, a powerful roadmap designed to unlock your potential.
Good afternoon. Everybody have a nice lunch. I'll be your dessert. So, it's nice to be back in Bangkok. Thank you, Dragonfly, for having me back this year again. This year, I wanted to share a different story. And I wanted to share a story because this is a very important moment in time. As a little boy, growing up in the north of England, I used to follow these butterflies called the Adonis blue butterfly. Absolutely gorgeous. And in the summertime in England, it looked like even the sun had grown wings as they fluttered through the meadows, as they washed through the bushes and the trees of the flowers that surrounded our garden. Back then, I thought it was just a gorgeous insect, something nearly as gorgeous as a dragonfly, but spectacular in its own wings. But it was only later in life, as a leader helping guide brands as well as individuals transition, did I realize that the butterfly only evolves in its transition through utter chaos. From the egg to the caterpillar to the pupa to the butterfly. It's times during its time inside the catalyst that the chaos starts to happen and the butterfly melts. The caterpillar doesn't just have wings growing on the side of it. The actual caterpillar melts into a DNA of form. And it's the ultimate form of transformation, the ultimate form of metamorphosis that we're in now. You see, I think our world at the moment is in chaos, and we have a lot to learn from the butterfly. We have 2 choices coming up to us. We can either stay as the caterpillar, or we can go through the pain and the transformation of the metamorphosis to go lighter and have wings. At the moment, we don't trust climate. We don't trust many of our leaders. We don't trust our crypto or our blockchain or our digital currencies. And now we have the looming pressure that AI will soon overpass our human combined intelligence in 4 years. This is the first time in human history we've actually felt inferior to anything else on the planet. So, we have 2 choices. We embrace and we catalyze to become something new, or we stay and watch from the sidelines. And it doesn't have to be bad. I think we're at the edge of an era of rebalance, of re-celebration, of being truly authentic in how we can propel our life. In Bali and in US, I lead retreats for leaders in all walks of life, be it for their corporations or their individual ambitions, or for helping work on planetary goals and needs. And I've discovered there are 7 critical steps in helping those leaders elevate to solution, to be lighter in life than more weighted by all the baggage or the expectancies, the feeling of not being good enough that the pressures of our planet are putting on us right now. And I thought today I'd share those with you. The first thing, the first step of celebrating your true nature is to really embrace who you are. Many of us are distracted right now. We're distracted by the expectancy of others. We're distracted by the likes we get in our social media feeds. And we're distracted by the analytics that are guiding the information that we engage and embrace. to actually embrace ourselves, we need to go deep. We need to go back to the little boy or girl inside. Many of us present a persona of somebody that we think we should be to impress, or a persona that we think others have of us, and it's holding us back. The days of love have been replaced by like, and now we need to love ourselves again. We need to re-understand what makes us special. Who are we? Like the butterfly in the cocoon, it's not coming out to pretend to be an elephant. It knows who it is. And as a brand builder, if I'm going to build foundations, I need to know where your feet are firmly on the ground. Last year, I gave you a little exercise. And today, I want to see how many of you have done your homework. It was a very simple exercise that shows the shapes and the dimensions of where you are in life. And I'll do it briefly this time. If you have a phone, you can take a picture of this QR code. And together, it will take you through your answer of where you're at. If you don't, look at the shapes and pick the first shape that draws you most. Okay? Then, pick the second shape. And then pick the third and the fourth. Most of us are presenting the first shape that we're attracted with. Be it the triangle, we're trying to be a heavy-handed leader. Being a squiggle, we're trying to work things out. Being a circle, and we're looking for community. Or being a square, and we're trying to control. But that is a false protection cover. Our second shape is our real self. The triangle as a natural leader, the circle as a natural people person, the square as a natural organizer and operator, or the squiggle as a natural creative thinker. If you're focusing on your first shape, you do not have your feet on the ground. You're not connected to the little boy or girl on the inside. And if you're not relying on the skills and the shapes of the third and the fourth shape, you're missing support and help. So play with that, enjoy it, and celebrate where you're going to go. The second key step of elevation is listening. We all know that some of the best ideas, some of the most important thoughts come to us when we're in the shower, or we're meditating, or we're sitting dozing early in the morning. Those are the aha moments. Many believe that the change that we need comes during the action. The action is the distraction of task. It's actually the phase in between the peace and the quiet that will let us understand who we are. In the branding world, what we say we are through advertising, PR, social media, is all us putting ourselves on everybody else. But branding is what people say about us. And that is a true reflection of who we are. We have to listen to what people think. We have to listen to the direction of what is needed. We have to go deep and celebrate our core. Like the butterfly waiting to transform from the pupa, it's waiting, and the peacefulness is critical. Most of us surround ourselves with noise, and that's where we lose sight. Our third, envision. Once you understand where you're going, you need to map where you need to go. The butterfly doesn't know what's going to be ahead of it, but it has to envision with the DNA in its blood that it will grow wings. If we can envision the future of what we want, makes us happy, what grounds ourselves, it will lead to lightness, not weight. Lightness and joy. If we look at the past, it'll bring worry and doubt. If we think only of the present, we'll think just now how we're living. But if we draw a picture of the future, we know which direction we can go in. To be able to envision the future and map it is critical. You need to own your story, because if you don't own your story and where you're going, somebody else will own it for you, and you will follow their direction. One of the ladies who came and did our retreat once came, and she was a very successful CEO. She had a probiotic company, and everybody loved it. Everyone loved her. But her father had started the business, and she always felt she was carrying the legacy of him. She was carrying his story, not hers. The business was flying. It was doing so well, and after mapping where she wanted to go in life, she decided that she was going to go home and talk to her father. She felt she had lost her father. She had lost the connection of being a daughter because she was seen as the CEO of the business. She went home and she said to her, "Father, I need to resign. I need to do my own thing." She was in her mid-30s. It was a very tough decision. Her father cried. He was so saddened because he realized that the journey he was creating was not hers, it was his. And he'd been building this company to help her. He supported her, they sold the business, and together they put wings on it. She decided she wanted to feel light. She wanted to feel like a white dragon, soaring above and her power back. So she started a venture capital company called White Dragon to help young entrepreneurs. The success was so good, she became a host on Dragon's Den. And the success of that was so important to her grounding of who she was. She started a football team, a soccer team for young girls, the first league in Canada, called the White Dragons, to give young women flight. If you know where you're going, every step ahead will lay out in front of you. Next, voice. It's great having those dreams. But sometimes you have to get those messages out. You have to share them. You have to let people hear. Why? Most importantly, the number one person that needs to hear your dreams is yourself. That's why you have 2 ears and 1 mouth. The ability to hear where you're going, to convince yourself and follow yourself. By voicing where you want to go, it will also bring out the people that support you and the people you should be wary of, both as important. Because when you discover the people you should be wary of, the people that pull you back, people that say you shouldn't, the people that say you can't, you're not good enough, that's not your journey. The people who sit around your table emptying your cup, of which we all have a couple. Once you identify them, it gives you permission to ask them to stand up and leave, so that somebody that can put wings on your back can sit back down. Only when you're in control of your destiny and your voice can you propel it. You have to share your ambition and goals to be more. Next, act. It's exhausting sometimes having a voice and then putting the action. And action, like the butterfly coming from the chrysalis out, is exhausting. It's tough. They're scratching to get out of the cocoon, testing the strengths of their wings. But it's only through acting will the ambitions start to fly. By acting out where you're going, you will realize the journey ahead. I'm a mountaineer by passion. I know where the pinnacle is, and I have an idea of the rough route. But it's only when I take stride that the path ahead clears, that I can see the faults and the opportunities. I may slip. I may fall. I've lost ends of my fingers. But I was moving. And like the butterfly, it allows me to float higher and lighter, so I can change course as I go. If you don't act, your dreams will pass. Many entrepreneurs say that they have built businesses and transformed companies and changed worlds, and it is hard. It's a tough job, but if you don't act, you'll stay dreaming. And finally, the ability of trust. We've lost a lot of trust in each other right now. Many of us will wake up to a device rather than the loved ones sitting next to us or lying next to us. Many of us will trust ChatGPT over the vision and the ambition of what they've got in their hearts. Am I right? It seems so superior and so smart and such an incredible way. But what it doesn't have the emotion and the DNA that you have. You've got to start trusting people. Being at the top as a leader is lonely. It's awful. It has the highest suicide rates in entrepreneurs. But if you form, as we do at the barn, in a kindred quest, that we feel that we all have a journey to walk together, the wings will come on. And you can celebrate growth and success. People can support you when you sleep, and you can support them when they sleep. Trust in yourself and believe in your journey. We have two choices now. We are in that chrysalis element of life. And because of that, we have a point where we need to decide, are we going to stay the caterpillar? Or are we actually going to take wing and flight at this new opportunity? The choice is ours. But know that by being the butterfly, by taking and gracing the different elements of our careers and lives, it will make us lighter about the future versus heavier. Thank you.